guys. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me at Kate's Regretless Life. Let's get into it. Today's topic reading. This is, guys, I'm recording this at 1:11 on the 7th. Now, this is for September the 9th, but I always pre-record these so they come out at midnight, a full 24 hours before the day. And that is because I'm in North America, but not everybody is. And so I always try to record 24 hours in advance so that people in other parts of the world still get it on the 9th, even though in North America, you guys will see this on the 8th, but I record it on the 7th. Well, it's 1:11. Oh, I gotta get a card out right now on the 1:11. Sorry, but I just need to see what this message is. Okay, still 1:11, guys. Prince of Swords in the reverse. So if there is some divine message, it's slow down. Don't be in a rush. There's a reason to slow it. Let's slow walk stuff. Okay, why? You guys, sorry, I just had to get that card out. That was crazy, but I wanted to do it before the clock turned. You guys can always enter to win a free read with me by writing tribe in the comment section. I have not chosen anyone yet this week. I'll probably do that probably tomorrow. Today's Tuesday that I'm recording this. I never commit to what day. It kind of depends on what the rest of my schedule looks like. But all right, so in any case, you guys can always enter to win every day, though it does up your chances of winning, just FYI. So here we go. We've got the Prince of Swords in the reverse, and now we have the Six of Swords in the upright. So slow down thinking that you have to move on really swiftly from a wound. This is almost like, because Six of Swords is where we're like rowing ourselves into calmer waters. You don't have to be over something like that and never look back. You don't have to say, well, I'm done. I'm going to go date somebody else and I don't ever need to think about my ex. Sometimes that's like the equivalent of saying, hey, I got out of the hospital today, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the mall and go shopping. No, if you were in the hospital, you are going to be fatigued. You're going to, if you were serious enough to be in the hospital, you're going to be exhausted. Your body, your stamina, your store of energy is going to be low. Be gentle with yourself right now. Don't think that you need to, even if you know that you're moving into calmer waters, don't row like a fanatic to get away from the difficulties and go like, yeah, I'm just going to get to the shore and everything's going to be perfect. Give yourself time and space to do this slowly. If you've been feeling stuck at all, don't think that, how do I say this? Almost everything in the human body and everything in our world actually happens gradually. Nature isn't really fast. Even, you could say, well, it takes 9 months to build a baby and then you go into labor and you have the baby. Yeah, but labor even lasts a long time. And there are processes that just simply take as much time as they take. So don't be in a race to make it so that you say it doesn't hurt anymore. If something still hurts, if it's still sore, if it's still tender, be gentle with it. And if you think that you're good and then you kind of still want to sit down and cry or, go home a little early because it turns out I'm still kind of sad. I still kind of want to spend a little bit of time healing my own heart. You can do all of that. So it's like, don't be in a rush to move into the calmer waters. You're already well on the way. And if you're about to leave a situation that's been difficult and it takes a little bit of time, that's okay. Mentally, you're already leaving the situation. So you're already moving confidently forward, even if physically you can't just yet. And this is such a great card to remind us of that because he's sitting here in meditation. His act of moving on from something difficult is not in a physical sense. It is first in his mind and more importantly in his energy. So allowing yourself to move on energetically. This is maybe you still live with somebody that you don't want to be with anymore, or you're still in a job that you go, I know that next year I'm going to leave this job, or I know that next year I'm going to retire. Mentally, I can actually be at peace now because I'm already energetically letting things bother me less and less. It's okay to take our time for something that is going to be so positive. The blossoming cherry trees here remind us that everything happens according to the right season. So we don't have to be in a hurry. That's kind of reassuring, isn't it? That you are moving into calmer times. You mentally are already getting there. You don't have to put pedal to the metal to do it. Now, that doesn't mean stay stuck and just assume that, I don't have to put in energy to make things change. No, you're definitely putting in effort here, but you're just not putting pressure on yourself. That's what it looks like. Okay, so interestingly enough, this is about accepting that something is really done. It's really, truly over. We have the Judgment card in the reverse. There's not really going to be another conversation that somehow will heal this, or that will somehow shed more light on this, or that will somehow fix this. There's not going to be a new beginning on this one, because the truth of it is, the story is, it's all written. It's already done. We don't have to, have you ever, you watch a series or something and you go, oh my God, I love this so much. I want them to make another season or another episode. And then sometimes they do, and it really falls short, and it almost ruins all the other great stuff that you watched up until then. It's kind of like that. Like, sometimes you already experienced it. You can only reheat leftovers so many times until you go, this doesn't even taste like that amazing dish that it was. And now I've tainted my memory of that amazing dish, and I don't even want to eat that again. It's a little like that. You're getting out of any kind of stuck energy. All this is, and we got sword. I feel like this has been difficult. This has been painful. This has been it's very mental. And that's probably why there's been a lot of energy devoted to thinking about this, thinking about the situation, thinking about being stuck, thinking about setting ourselves free, thinking about how to do that, thinking about, am I really over it? Thinking. That's tough. It's way easier. Look, when you can build something with your hands, when it's done, right? If you are building a house, you can see, oh, look at that. It's got 4 walls, it's got a roof, it's got a floor, it's got some windows. Job well done. It's not so easy when we're building it in our mind. It's like it can go on and on and on and on and on. We can change things every 2 seconds because we haven't made anything concrete. I feel like that's the difficulty here. Whatever this situation was, and I'm not going to say that it was romantic. This may not be. This is a situation, a dream, something that didn't actually take shape in this world. It was never what you really wanted in the 3D. And that's why this has been so hard to let go, because it was so much up here, and we are terrific. I mean, human beings have such amazing brains, don't we? We can conceive of, come on. We can go from being cavemen to then landing on the moon and going all the way to Mars. We don't make that jump immediately, but I'm just saying that's the capacity that the human brain has. So as creative and inventive as we are, you have all of that creative and inventive, juice in your head. You probably were able to create a tremendous amount of thought surrounding something. You might have been manifesting it, but it just couldn't take shape in the 3D world. And it's very hard to just turn off those thoughts, right? It would be easier if we built something physically and it just kept collapsing until we go, okay, you know what? This is not a good design. I need to go and create a new design for something. This could have been because I feel like a lot of this was our thoughts. Maybe we thought somebody was going to behave very differently. Maybe we thought a friend was going to come back into our lives and apologize because we didn't want to believe that a friend would betray us like that. Or, we wished and hoped that a family member would change and no longer choose some toxic behavior. But you know what? They are going to keep choosing to be who they are. And what we have to then choose is to not be bothered by it so much. There's not going to be a change that you can make in this. The only change you can make is in your own thought processes, which in this case says, free your mind. Free your mind from the thoughts that have held you back, because this is all about one person. This is all about someone who's trapped in their mind. Now, this might be you. You might be saying, yeah, and I know exactly who you're talking about. I can see how this person always gets stuck in the same mentality, always gets drawn right back into the same situation again and again and again. But I'm hopeful that they'll get themselves out of that pattern. Tell me about the Judgment card. It's in the reverse. I feel like this is letting go of the idea of a person. If it is romance, it's you letting go of an idea that there's I don't know how to interpret this until I get another card. We just got the hunk on the horse. Okay, I was gonna say it's so funny because this card pops out right like to tell me off, to be like, Kate, you're dead wrong. I'm about to say that, you know, it's about you saying, okay, I know that after all this time of somebody not showing up, someone abandoning me and never coming back for me, somebody treating me horribly, somebody who they weren't there, and I waited forever, and now I've had to drag myself back to the shore, and now I have to let go of the idea of them. Clearly, we're never reconciling. Clearly, they're not coming back. And then we got the hunk on the horse. Now, here's the thing. This is love coming in for you. Oh my, is it ever. And it's pretty foxy too. That's why I call it the hunk on the horse. He's wearing silver, which is noble. He's riding a white horse, which is pure. And he's coming in a thunder and lightning storm, which is foxy. I'm sorry. I dig it. I dig it. This person is powerful. Personally, I prefer dark hair, but that's just my preference. No, but you see this, it's like you're making space for love. As soon as you release something fully, entirely, and completely, here comes that hunk on a horse. But I feel like it is all contingent upon you releasing. Wow. And the hunk on a horse is coming in 3 of staves, Ace of swords. Somebody's coming in to tell you a whole bunch of truth. Somebody's coming in to tell you what they want for the future. Somebody's coming in with whoever this is. I mean, you can see they're writing right at you. You can see that they are honest, truthful. They cut right through any confusion, and they are talking about the future. And the future is not like, it's not a fake plan. It's a real plan. This person has no guile in them. The hunk on a horse comes in with a sincere offer, and they know exactly, it may just be a knight, or in this case, a prince that's coming in. They're not a king yet. No, because they want to build the kingdom with you. It doesn't matter if this is a masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter if it's same-sex couples, whatever. This is somebody who's saying, I have this vision of what we can build together. And if you look at this, we see like a royal couple here, right? We see an Egyptian, pharaoh and his queen here. We see this incredible power couple, wise and gorgeous and knowing what they want to build and knowing what they're doing next and sincerely setting a course. This is 2 people collaborating and saying very honestly, okay, here's the vision I have for our future. And the other one goes, all right, I'll agree to this, and I want to also add this in. And then you go, all right, how about this too? Okay. And it's like you guys have a little negotiation. I feel like this is a fabulous relationship that I don't think you see this at all. I think you have been so focused on releasing things, letting your energy shift, setting your mind free, accepting that something is over. And as soon as you are genuinely in that mindset, it is so over, it is so done, here comes someone. I'm sorry I've shifted back into this being a love reading. It's because I don't picture this as somebody who's just coming in to offer you a job, unless it's a model who says, and we want you to model with us, because this one definitely looks kind of like a model, right? No, I mean, it could be. This could be an emotionally satisfying offer that comes in, and it's a very sincere offer, but it just looks to me like it's changing the course of your future. This is changing the course of your life. And it's so funny because you don't see it coming. You're here going, it's like I picture you're standing at the seashore, and you're sending off the last little, whatever it is you cast into the ocean, the last love letter you ever had for somebody, and you've said, goodbye to this, and you burn it and you blow the embers out to the ocean, and you go, and that's it. It's done. And then here comes the hunk on a horse galloping up along the beach. And you turn and you go, are you flipping kidding me? It's that fast. It's like you just blew away the past, and here comes your future. I don't know if this is, I don't know who this is. I don't want to say it's your past, because it's a prince and it's coming in like it's new, and it is fresh and it is pure and it is honorable. And oftentimes the reason the past is because it maybe didn't come across as those things. We've got the Justice card. Some of you sat for a very long time waiting for somebody to come in and do right by you. Very, very, very long time. You might have shaken your fist at the sky and said, "Why? What did I do to deserve this? I haven't been a bad person. Why am I punished like this? Why am I stuck sitting, waiting and waiting?" And then finally, some of you said, "Wait a second, I'm not stuck waiting. If I'm saying that, then I am actually dishonoring this incredible life and this incredible brain and this incredible heart that I have been gifted. It is not the universe's job to change my circumstances. It is mine." Some of you took control in your own, like, even your sorrow, and you said, okay, what's happened has happened, but how I move forward is up to me. All right, universe, I get it. I get it. I love this. I feel like you guys are so powerful. I feel like you are so, you're working with the universe. Is it unfair how you may have been treated? Yes, absolutely. But can you make it right? Yes. Your attitude begins turning things in your favor, and then you open up doors. And as soon as you open doors, now the universe can bring in that hunk on a horse for you, right? I guess I should call it a hunctress. I don't know what the female version of that would be. It's so interesting because this is all about healing. In a way, because this is about balancing of the scales. Just as you have healed from something that was really difficult, and now you're ready and telling the universe, I want something good, I want something balanced. Whoever's coming towards you, they too may have just healed. They too may have gotten to the same mindset that you're in, where it's like, I want to change my circumstances. Why should I feel stuck? Why should I feel wounded? Why should I carry the torch of pain and sorrow around like it's my cross to bear? No, it isn't. I can make my life whatever I want. And so this person may be in the same vibe that you're in. Both of you realizing that you're healed at the same moment in time. Both of you coming to the same conclusion, and then you meet each other. I don't know if it feels like the Prince of Cups is coming right at you. He's looking right at us, and he's got his cup ready to give. So I actually feel like this is somebody who is coming towards you with the intention, because they already see you as their mate, as their match. Maybe this has been, did some of you have a good friend or somebody who has known that you had been hurting for a long time, and they were hoping and waiting for the day that you would really be over your ex so they could come in? I think that's a story for some of you for sure, because this is somebody who sees you as their, almost like, look, I know that we've been successful together in past lives. I feel that about us. It's like, because we're going back to Egypt here. I feel like somebody sees you as their royal counterpart. They see you as someone who, it's like they can almost taste the story that you guys will experience together, because you've already done it once upon a time. It's very different. This reading is very, very different. We have a lot of, even with that Justice card, it's such a different Justice card, because Lady Justice it's a little creepy, to be honest. Her sitting here, and instead of being blindfolded, her veil is just over her eyes. And instead of her really holding anything, her hands are empty. I feel like it's taken forever. You see the graves around here too. And these are more serpent-like pieces of the tree branches that have wrapped around her. And almost made her immobile, almost like we stayed stagnant for so long. This has taken so long for justice to be able to come in. It's almost like we forgot what justice was. I feel like some of you have been in a lot of hurt and a lot of heartbreak for a very long time. And it looks to me like it's an end to this. Now, this could also be, let me move away from it being all about romance. Could you have been severely disappointed by, maybe the way a business treated you, maybe the way, if you were friends with your employers and they really did you wrong and you thought they really are never going to apologize for that, are they? Because maybe you were friends as much as you were, business consorts, and it's like they really are those people. That's who they are. They're never going to actually apologize. They're never going to do right. I've waited a long time, but the thing is, we can't wait for somebody to do right by us, can we? This is who they are. And it's like, as soon as you just go ahead and let go of that, that's when something, I think this is new. I think that this is a new, very satisfying offer for some of you, because you notice, if this is business related, we're standing on the pier about to get on a boat and go float down the Nile. We're ready to actually, some of you are getting a job offer that will allow you to travel. Some of you are getting a job offer that is like so right for you. It's so perfect. If you have been like unemployed, don't be disheartened and upset that you're like, well, I don't have that job. And, I thought I was going to get hired back, and now I'm not because the company is downsized and it's just so deflating. No, it's not deflating. It left space for you to have this new offer, but you've got to be ready to take it, which means you probably also want to put yourself out there a little bit right now to welcome this new job offer. And you've got something so much better, something that may pay you a lot better, and something that may take you places. Why stay stagnant when you could go on a life adventure, right? This is so exciting. I love it. It's funny though, because all of this, you are recognizing suddenly that you are healed. Remember, we started at the beginning with be patient on the healing process. It suddenly is here. And it's when you stopped thinking about it is the crazy part. And then we got the 5 of Staves. It doesn't really matter how many, some of you are going to have a bunch of things suddenly get busy in your life. You're going to have a ton of things that take up your energy. You're going to have lots of people contacting you. You're going to have a flurry of stuff that you got to do all of a sudden. But there's only one road that you're really on. It doesn't matter, even if you have to stop and zigzag back and forth. And I guess I want to say pet all the statues. Don't ask me why I want to say that, but am I the only person who does that? If you see a statue of like an animal, do you pet it? I always do. I always give it a nice little pat. Sorry. Personal side note. Let's move on. But let me know in the comments if you do that, so I'm not the only one. And yes, I've been to lots of places with statues, and I always want to touch them. And it's very hard to prevent myself from doing in like a museum. You're not allowed to do that in museums. You get banned by the Louvre real fast. This is like, no matter what happens right now, because it doesn't have to be a card of conflict. It's a card of lots of thought processes, lots of things happening all of a sudden, lots to problem solve. This is the detail stuff. And that's what they're really sitting here consulting about. But here's the thing. Does it change anything about, there's only one doorway. There's only one path truly that you're going to still end up at. So does it matter if, for a hot minute, you're kind of like swirling around with all kinds of conversations, sorting some other things out? No, doesn't matter, because no matter what, you're still going down this one road to this one door. So your path is actually still clear. Don't let yourself get stressed out if things all of a sudden, I feel like if you're suddenly going to change a job, you're talking about moving, you're talking about, okay, what do I take? What do I leave? Do I put my stuff in storage? Do I move out? What am I doing? Do I break my lease? Or if this is a romance and it's like, all of a sudden, this new person is in my life and I'm making new plans. And then you're so, and then you go, wait a second, I have a person in my life. What's that going to mean? how many things in my life are going to change. I've been single. I've been blah, blah, blah. This is like, don't worry. Don't worry. Just keep yes, life will always have little things that we deal with, but no matter what, you're moving forward. Oh my gosh. And this is so nice. Don't get defensive and stressed out over stuff. Not everyone will like your plans. If you're taking on a new job and it's going to require you to move, a lot of people might be like, what do you mean? What are you thinking? You can't just move. You've lived here for how long? If you want to do it, you can do it. But don't waste your precious energy defending your decisions toward anyone else. Likewise, and this might be a really big message, if after all this hurt, all this sorrow, all this water under the bridge, it is actually your ex who shows up as the hunk on the horse, and the two of you are going to work it out, and everybody that knows you goes, I'm sorry, what? Who's back? You were never talking to them again. You were over them. They caused you grief. You called me, for 2 years straight crying on the phone, and now they're back and you're with them. And I'm supposed to be like supportive? I don't know about that. This says, don't get defensive and push away people who actually are on your side and want the best for you. Know when their concern is simply that. It's an act of concern. So don't get angry or push away the people that really care about you, or feel defensive about having to defend the choices that you want to make for yourself, right? Whatever you're doing it is always up to you. Wow. We have a King of Cups in the reverse, and we have a Chariot in the upright. I feel like some of you are moving away from any kind of unhappiness or silent treatment and moving toward only that which suits you and serves you. Energy. It's interesting that somebody might have an issue with this. I almost wonder if you almost start to fight yourself a little bit. And it's like you have to push those worries out of your mind. Like, yeah, but what if they don't? What if they fall out of love with me? What if we don't make it? What if they stop giving me their emotions? It's like, no, don't let those worries get in your head. You just keep moving forward. Your past was your past. You get to move into your future now. It's like, don't look for problems if there aren't any. And by the same token, don't dismiss red flags, right? But this looks really nice. So one last card here. One last card. Any advice? Advice is Two of Swords. Sit in peace and let yourself make the decision that is right for you. This is a choice that you have to make, and only you can make it. So just like we say, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry because you buy all the wrong foods. Don't try to make life decisions when you are exhausted and cranky and tired. This is the same thing. Rest, find a peaceful place for yourself, and then just ask your own self, what do I really want? You notice she's sitting here by an open window. So there isn't anything blocking her. She's got nice flowing energy. This is like the feng shui is really good here. This is a space where you can really breathe and not have a bunch of other noise around you. If you have to make a decision, put yourself into a comfortable location without stressful stimuli and give yourself the time to boil it down to making a decision between the two paths in your life. Because every day we make a choice. Every single day we make a choice about what direction we want to go in life. And you're possibly here at another big moment. But if you need to make a choice, make sure it is you making the choice and not somebody else. That's how I would say this. Make sure it's you making the choice for yourself and not somebody else telling you their thoughts and stirring up worries within you. So if this is taking back your ex, you do what you need to. If this is meeting somebody new and you really want to see where this goes with them, make sure you do what you need to. If this is taking on a new job that you're feeling like you need to say yes, because if you say no, then the chance passes by, then do what you need to. Life is a series of experiences and adventures. Maybe also it says, don't wager more than you can afford to lose, right? Because with that Two of Swords, that is a sword, or that is a card of kind of weighing things a little bit also. So never wager more than you can afford to lose, because not everything will work out in life. And that doesn't mean we say, well, I doubt this will work, I'm just going to kind of wing it and see. No, it's more like saying, I would like this to work, so I'm going to give it my best. But I also am not going to paint myself into a corner so that I'm just like, I have no idea what to do if something is not what it seems to be. So it's like there's a sense of peace with this. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. You guys take care. I hope that some of that resonates with somebody out there. Take care.